restores a broken dream. May your heart be as light as the mist upon the waters. May your eyes be as bright as a beacon in the dark. May your words be strong as the love that lies within them. May your life be like a game that you play before you go. There are secrets to tell, there are secrets to treasure, there are burdens to lay down and to carry no more. There are messengers who come, who will guide you on your journey. If only you will listen, oh, if only you will hear. The old man is standing and he's waiting for your answer. Can you find the courage now, or will you be the slave of time? The cage bird, it sings of the blue skies and the sunshine, never realizes that the door is open wide. So believe in your goodness and shine through your darkness, and face all your fears with a smile and a wave. All the tears that you have cried are now turning into diamonds, and every road you tread is a road that's paved with gold. So believe in your goodness and shine through your darkness, and face all your fears with a smile and a wave. All the tears that you have cried are now turning into diamonds, and every road you tread is a road that's paved with gold. Every road you tread is a road that's paved with gold.
Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Vaccine Hour. I'm Sister Jenna. Hope you're doing very well and you're having a wonderful day. And life continues to offer you many, many deep realizations. What are deep realizations? They are insights into the truth of who you really are. and they make you lighter. They make you easier. Mm. So I think everyone's going to be very happy for us. Santosh, myself, Sister Geeta, and Little Happy went into the RV today, and we went to the beach. It was right after our morning class. It was about what time? 10 o'clock this morning? About 10. So I was finished with our morning class, which is known as the Murli, and it's just a very deep feeling. Let's just do something different. Can we just go to see some water? As you can see, we love water here. So most of our meditation visuals always have some aspect of water, because water flows through our system. Without water, we can't survive. Water symbolizes peace. So many beautiful symbols towards it. But we packed up the RV in 10 minutes? We're so fast here, everyone. So we Santosh finished the morning session, and he says, okay, I'll cook in the RV. We'll have breakfast in the RV. And we went to Chesapeake Beach. And we went to see our wonderful friend, Abigail Francisco of the Abigail Francisco School of Classical Ballet. If you ever want your children to learn some deep characters and values, and at the same token learn ballet or tap or jazz, contact them. They're in Chesapeake Beach, Maryland. They're about an hour from where we are in Virginia. But it was so good to see her. Actually, we didn't even call to tell her we were coming. We just parked that big old RV up in front of her house, and there was the beautiful Chesapeake Beach, and we just sat for a little, and then I had breakfast, which was around what time? 11:30 or 12? About that time I had breakfast, and then Lou Gossett called, and then we ended up talking around breakfast and having a nice little chit-chat. Then Abigail came in the RV, and we sat and just caught up. So we might have spent about, maybe all together, maybe 2 hours out or something. And then we came back, cleaned up, fixed everything up, made a few calls, answered a few messages, took a nap, and I'm now here with all of you. All good karma, huh? But also, while I was coming back, I got some bad news. So today, apparently, in our Learn to Meditate Zoom session, what do they call it? Zoom hacking, Zoom bombing, Zoom interfering. So, unfortunately, some souls who have no idea of the consequence of karma apparently entered our Zoom meditation session that was being sponsored or led by our brother Kartik, who's a really good scientist and meditator. And Zoom bombed the meditation. And I felt so hurt, because our energy in our world is so sacred that happened. And it was just like, I felt sad for everyone who was on that Zoom session, because everyone who comes into our world comes in with sacredness and trust, and they're just open. And so I just want to apologize and hopefully, if you were on that session, that you're okay, and if you need to talk to me, please just email me so we can connect. But I can only imagine how jarring that was. Mary Floor, who handles the Zoom sessions today, she was just traumatized by the energy, and it took her really a while to just calm down. So stuff happens. It beseeches me that in a time when we really need to be there for each other, we have to still deal with certain scenes like that. And I know that it's karma. Karma means something in the energy, something in the air is provoking those souls to do that. And it's almost like Santosh said, he goes, what do they get from that? There's not even any benefit. They get no money, no praise, no recognition. There is no benefit of doing that. And especially when you enter into such a beautiful world like ours, So I was feeling like we should just discontinue Zoom. I don't know, it's just a weird energy with that vibe. I don't know. But our heartfelt good wishes, and so sorry that it happened. Especially today, of all the day when the first time we just had a nice day to go out on the town, and as I was coming back home, got 3-4 calls about this happening. So you got to keep staying above, the water, no matter what. Got to keep your head above. So today we're talking about everyday karma. And as I turn to my left, I'm looking at Sister Gita and Happy. Both of them are curled up like two little babies, and they're enjoying their karma of comfort and sleep. Interesting, right? Together, the two of them, so cute. And I look at karma where it's running the show. Karma is responsible for everything that you're seeing in the world. All the ins and outs, ups and downs, smiles and cries, joys and despair, wins and losses, victories and defeat. It's just, I don't know. It's just everywhere. Every act that you perform, it's for a result. It's for a result. And why in the world would you perform an act in a sacred space that gave you no result other than you didn't get blessings? Is it the destiny of the souls? Could be. But when we think of the whole energy of karma, we have to look at our lives first. And we have to see what our thought forms have been for a long time, and how these thought forms come into action, but how these thought forms and action impact the cells in our body, our relationships, the environment, finance, our country, our world, our mind, all of it is rippling out. Everything that you are as a person, it's vibrating in the atmosphere. And you can either inspire people to be stronger, or you can disempower them, to have to fight to be stronger. Or if they don't have the fight in them, they get weaker. And of course, to disempower someone isn't a strong suit. It's actually coming from a weakness. That's also karma. If the person has continued to disempower people over a long period of time, they can't get out of the thought form or the cycle to make decisions, to say things, to do things that weaken people's spirit, because that's all they know, until there's an interjection, an interference, a disturbance, an interruption in their routine. That's what I want the spiritual vaccine hour to be for you, a gentle interruption that just changes things for you. And even for me, I'm not alone, and you're not alone on the journey. So we have a little PowerPoint, I believe, yes, and we'll be able to just take you through a little journey together and see if I have my little, what do you call it, the clicker? The clicker. The clicker. So what is karma? Karma is about the law of cause and effect. Karma is a boomerang process. Karma is what goes around, comes around. That means if I do enough good, it has to come back to me. Karma is what goes around, comes around. You've heard in the scriptures that if somebody slaps you on the cheek, turn the other cheek so they can slap you on the other, like something like this. I've often wondered about that one. But karma is an energy that records all of your actions, but the reason you perform that action, the intention you perform that action with, is recorded in the soul. And as a result of that recording, you are governed to do things, to say things, to attract the people in your life, to attract the circumstances in your life as a result. Whatever we go through, they say it's a result of karma. But there are times that we get stuck on the negative karma when we don't need to. We need to look at all the credit that we're living from. I don't know if I remember telling you a story in one of the shows. I was in India and it's having a rough year, rough few months. And the donations that we receive, every penny is very sacred to us. And so we value how that donation is offered, because we don't get a salary and none of this. Every one of us are volunteering our lives. Yes, bills and the buildings are being paid for and all of these things, but the amount of commitment and work that everybody puts out, I don't even think somebody can even pay us for it. It's just way beyond the call of duty, because it's beyond 8 hours of work, it's beyond 10 hours, it's beyond 15 hours. It's every day, every day. And I happen to have taken the donation to give it for a cause at the time. And somehow I must have left a little purse somewhere. And the people who I claimed was cleaning the place found the purse apparently and took the money. But I had my ID and my passport because I was changing the money. And I was devastated that I was responsible for the loss of that money of individuals who gave it with such sacred trust. And I remembered feeling absolutely just at a loss. And Daddy Janki, I went and I spoke to her and I says, I don't know what's wrong. My health is not well. This happened to me. This is happening. And I told Daddy, I think all my good fortune is done. And Daddy just looked at me and said, your fortune hasn't even begun. And I thought to myself, what is she seeing? It was so huge. So sometimes we get so stuck on small stuff, and there's something bigger waiting for you. And you just have to keep putting in the energy, putting in the investment until it comes to reality. So karma is all the actions a person makes, both with their body and in their mind. In all activities, creates karma. But always remember, it's always the intent. So always check, why am I doing this? Why am I thinking this? Ask the self. So, karma is cyclical. And many times we think things has a beginning and an end. But it also has a new beginning and another end. So it continues to go around. Have you ever heard yourself say, especially in relationships, and you go, I don't know why I'm in a relationship like this again. Different name, different person, but it's the same thing. And you might even find yourself saying, I thought I was done with this, but it comes back. So energetically, karma is an energy that in a way doesn't die. It keeps existing, but you can deactivate its force by not feeding it with your thoughts and acting on them. Then you can slow down the energy of them, of the karmic result. So the meaning of karma is in the intention. The intention behind action is what matters the most. The thought form. Your why. Why do you tune into Spiritual Vaccine? Because it nurtures the spirit. Feel free to even type it in the chat if you'd like. But with the thousands and hundreds of thousands of choices, Why do you tune into Spiritual Vaccine? Is it because it's simple? Is it because there's no pomp, there's no splendor, there's no deception, there's no falseness? It speaks volumes about who you are as people, doesn't it? Whereas we always want to run to the pomp, you know, the one with all the glory. This is a time for our self-introspection and revitalization of the spirit, and to be settled, to sort of settle into ourselves and think, what have I missed? And what do I need to serve more inside of myself? These are really important questions because they will help to shift the karmic needle as well. So we have positive and negative karma. So positive karma are actions performed when the vibrations are emerged in the form of love or peace or purity or joy or truth or wisdom. It's when your natural, innate sanskaras are emerged. So when you are sweeping the floor in happiness, that's positive karma. When you're sweeping the floor and you're miserable and angry that you have to sweep the floor, same action, but the intention behind the way you're sweeping the floor shifts the meaning. So then it becomes negative karma. Means you're performing an action, it's negative. You're not going to get anything in return other than the energy in which you put into that action. Everyone got it? Let me know if you need me to pause, if you need any clarity. So, you're in your marriage. You're cooking food. Let's say you might be tired, working all day. And while you're cooking, your thoughts are, I wish he would help out in the house. You're thinking about your husband. Why doesn't he help to pick up things too? Can't he come and help me in the kitchen? Even though you're performing a good act, which is to cook food for your family to eat to be happy, you're complaining in your mind. So you've reduced what was a good action into what maybe turns out to be giving you no fruition from that particular decision. So you're not satisfied. You see, so the return of the karma comes from the way that you are feeling, the intention behind it. So this is where karma has become very complex. Because what the soul records, but I came to help you, but I did so good, but I've been such a good person, why would this happen to me? There are deep-rooted energies still recorded somewhere in the soul. And that's why when you have remembrance with God, the Supreme, the energy of God's remembrance helps to absolve and disseminate. It breaks up the cluster or the depth of the energy of intense karma that's recorded in the soul. Because through the remembrance of God or Baba, Allah, Jehovah, Shiva, it starts to pour in this energy of love, and it's love that cures us. Love will cure me to forgive the choices that I've made, that I've become attached to and feel a sense of remorse or regret or resentment even over something or someone that's done something ill to me. But when I'm in remembrance of Baba, it is in that remembrance that that love just says it's going to be okay. It'll pass. Pick yourself up. Get going. You can do it. And that negative karma transforms into something else. And you start to re-record something different in the soul's memory track. I think it's so powerful. So, as I mentioned earlier, positive karma it's actions performed with either one or all of these intentions. If I do spiritual vaccine out of love and with peace and purity, and if I stay happy and there's wisdom, then I'm performing good karma. And I trust that. That goes into my credit. But I don't want to jinx this. I was just going to say there hasn't been one night so far I haven't looked forward to sitting in this chair. So I'm not going to jinx it, Santosh. So I'm going to stay quiet. But we really genuinely showed up. Almost like the first night. Like, hi everyone, we're here. We're here, you know. So far, knock on wood. Can't believe there's a little bit of suspicion coming out of me. What you call it? Superstition. Anyway, so positive karma is everything you do in a good state of mind. And if you perform an act and you're not in a good state, it's disturbing your spirit, and it will disturb matter. So negative karma is where there's algae or anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego. You know, those 5 vices that are recorded in the soul. Just imagine when you speak to somebody in anger, what do you get in return? You might get quick results, but you definitely don't get their love. You know, when you are moving around like these folks who did the Zoom thing, lust, that's at the base of their karma. Let's say that you go into business with someone and they start to take advantage of your financial abundance, greed might come in. Then after a while you stop cooperating with people and you think life is just about you, ego. Then you just can't let go. You just can't let it go. You can't let go of the thought, you can't let go of the person, you can't let go of the situation, attachment. It's creating, remember the whole image we saw of the cyclical process? So if you keep serving this cycle of those thoughts, they will keep coming back. So what makes Raj Yoga and the practice of meditation so important? It gently interrupts the cycle. And it starts to pull from the energy of love and peace and transform the karma. So social media is doing a lot of stuff out there, and you all know how we, handle that. It's just don't go tweeting or sharing stuff that's negative. Really, there are so many positive things you can pass on with your friends and family. Heck, you can pass on spiritual vaccine right now. You can literally go to your YouTube, go up to the share button and share it with your social media, your links. Or if you're on Facebook, you can share it. If you're on Twitter, you can share it. Why? That means every person who sees that share, the vibrations of what they've received from that share somehow subtly gets trickled into your account. Today when we were heading to Chesapeake, Santos couldn't find the spoons in the RV. So we ended up kind of coming off of the exit for the meditation museum so he could go into the museum to get some spoons and forks. So there was a lady at the base of the highway, and she had the sign up, I have 3 kids and I don't have a job, and anything will do. Now this is a woman I have seen for maybe about 3 years or 4 years in that same location by our meditation museum. When I look at her face and I look at her dress and I can see it's a business. But I thought to myself, why would she keep doing this for so long? If you go on the streets to ask for money because you have kids and you can't pay your bills, you're not going to be on the streets for years. Because I've heard that people on the streets are really raking in a lot of cash. So I had a bottle of, what was that, Sister Gita, that we gave her? Was a Gatorade? So we had a Gatorade, and it was the cutest scene. So I asked, Sister Gita was in the front with me as I was driving, And the Gatorade was at the right side with Sister Gita. And I said, Sister Gita, could you just pass me the Gatorade I'd give to her? Sister Gita goes, no, but I want some of the Gatorade. I went, I know, but we have another bottle. Yeah, but let me just take a little bit and we'll give to her. And I says, I know, but why don't we just give her a new bottle? And at least, maybe as I give her with love, I will give her with the feeling, it's enough now. It's enough begging. So in my mind, when I opened up the window and I gave her the Gatorade, in my mind I said, this is enough begging, isn't it? Stand on your feet. And I drove away. This was in my mind. So the intention in me bestowing the bottle of Gatorade was with the energy that I wanted her to see that I was believing in her, to give her the hope, break this pattern, because what you're doing isn't true. Wasn't that interesting? So again, what was the intention in that very simple and gentle act? Is that I wanted her to break that pattern. That was what I wanted her to do. So karma, what goes around, comes around. Keep your circle positive. Say good words. Think good thoughts. Do good deeds. That which we wish they did on the Zoom meditation today. So say good words. Think good thoughts. Do good deeds. Because what goes around comes around. Now, a lot of times we might look at our lives now and say, I don't deserve what I'm going through. And many of us consider ourselves to be so special and so beyond that nothing bad should happen to us. And I agree. Nothing bad should happen to any of God's children. But bad things do happen. And the quicker you and I can accept this is a result of my past karmas, the quicker we can make amends and move forward. Because when we don't, we will drain the energy of the soul by blaming people, being afraid, by criticizing and judging, by being angry about what you're going through. And you lose on top of it more power as you're going through the settling of that karmic debt from your past. So the quicker you accept this is happening, I'm holding this energy in me, now get out. Let's move on. Next. You see, you not only you interfered in the cycle, but you did it so clear and so powerfully that it just had to stop and go somewhere else. Okay? A lot of times we are still using the energy of attachment with our karmic stories. So it's like a slow kill, you know. I'm slowly trying to let go of this thing. I'm slowly giving up my favorite pair of shoes to the Salvation Army. Just give me one more wear of the shoe, you know. It comes like that sometimes. So it's important to keep creating your future by thinking about what you're doing now. The more you think in a positive and pure way, you will guarantee that your future will be brighter. So you get to choose. You will always have the power to choose what you feel you wish for your destiny. You get to decide and move forward. And you have the opportunity. You'll always have opportunity. I've been calling my health situation a health opportunity. And as a result of transforming the language, I'm seeing things coming in front of me as opportunity. Even if somebody calls and somebody says something to me, I go, she's right. It's as if Baba, who you know we call God, Baba's just sending a lot of help and support. So I go, yeah. This is another boon, another fortune from my health opportunity. It's an amazing time, everyone. And I just invite you to keep digging your boots in to really go deep into what it is that you need to shift for your life right now. So you get to choose, you get to decide. So you get to decide and you have the opportunity. So how about making that shift? Think about it karmically. What is your choice that you want to make right now? Such as, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me about anything, and any thoughts, or would you like to take some time and just go into a meditation instead? Why don't we do that instead? And then you ponder on some of these thoughts that I've just shared with you. Our karma has led you to where you are today, has put you with the person that you're with, has created the career that you're in, has given you the flavor of food, the color of your skin, the flavor of your clothes, the way you dress. It's all coming from a thought. Why? Why do I wear my white sari every day? Because almost 30 years ago, when I first put it on, I had realized I was a different person. That's why. And it reminds me that I've changed. That's my first time ever thinking about that. So again, why? Why do we do what we do? So enjoy this meditation and take a deep breath. Is everybody feeling good? Okay? Settled? Thinking? Pondering? Looking at your life? What needs to be done now? So let's go into meditation right now.
It's very easy to meditate using the power of the mind and allowing the mind to flow towards the divine. So I'll speak out my own thoughts in meditation and invite everyone to join me. I let the body sit quietly, and I can feel the body relaxing, my breath becoming deeper, and now I focus on my thoughts. The speed of my thoughts has slowed down, and I focus on the inner being that I am. I am a being of light, shining in the center of the forehead. This body is separate. I, the inner being, am separate. I existed before the body took shape, and I will continue to exist even after the body finishes. No beginning, no end. I, the eternal spirit, and in this awareness of who I truly am, my thoughts focus on the divine, a being of light, the Supreme. From the source of love, the waves of love reach out, I absorb these within myself. and the waves of love reach out further and further afield, and the power of love surrounds the world. And the power of God's love heals. Souls have been carrying a burden of sorrow for a long time. And God's love removes the burden and heals the pain. The power of God's love melts the heart so that the heart can forgive and let go. And the soul feels liberation. Holding on to the things of the past has been a burden that I did not realize. And the power of God's love allows me to remove that burden and be able to forgive and become free. God's love touches souls and they continue on their journey, feeling the power of God's company. I hold peace and love, and my thoughts return to the physical dimension. But I carry this experience with me, and this experience impacts my thinking, my speaking, and my doing. Om Shanti.
So, was that okay for you today? That was a nice meditation by Sister Genti, huh? I like her voice a lot, but I love more than anything her presence. Does anyone have any questions about karma tonight? Anyone? There's some on YouTube? Okay. And don't go asking me about the karma with the Zoom today. It's just souls playing out their parts. Of course, I could have the thought, oh my gosh, our energy is so sacred, that shouldn't come to us. But even when I have that thought, I can feel a drainage happening. So it happened, and what can we do to not allow it to happen again? So then your energy stays sustained, and then you move on to the next dimension, right? So it's a little bit different. All right, any questions? Yes, blessed life. I too am sorry that it happened today as well. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay. Some of you are sending in your intentions. You liked the intentions yesterday? That's good karma, isn't it, for everyone to hold somebody up? And I want to shout out to Nicole Jones, who Antonia said was kind of spot on the Zoom session, like, yo, hold up, you can't do that, you can't do that. Thank you so much, Nicole, for looking out for us. It was very, very, I love me my brave warriors. That was really sweet of you, so we thank you for that. How do you release hurt? Denise, it's an ongoing process. It takes some time. It takes time. Sometimes you don't know how deep the wound is. One of the things that I've valued in Raj Yoga meditation is I keep writing to God, and I talk to God a lot and Baba a lot about what I'm feeling and going through. And sometimes the hurt isn't just of what a person did to me at this lifetime, but it's sort of a soul generational hurt that it's carrying for many lifetimes, and it needs consistent love and gentleness and wisdom and guidance. So how you help to do it is wake up early in the morning, spend time with your own company, starting to value you and the world inside, the world behind your eyes. Bring Baba into your life, bring Baba's love deeply into your heart, so that you can feel that healing is taking place with the love that Baba's energy is sending you. And try to shift around some of the people in your life. Don't be afraid to look for new energies of people to learn from, to grow, because they could be new experiences that move you away from the remembrance of what happened in the past, okay? So it takes time. But each time the hurt feelings come up, don't suppress them. Sometimes it's hard if you're with a gathering of people or you're in an environment that you can't allow the emotions to come up, so you kind of tuck it back in. But as it's coming up, say to yourself, I see you're coming, I have to talk with you. This is how you're talking up here. And you would say, I have to talk with you. I know, I have to. Just give me a few moments. And then gently just put the feeling to the side, and when you get a chance, go to your book, write it down, address it, and that will help a lot. Deborah Nunziato, very warm welcome to Spiritual Vaccine Hour. Nice to have you. I don't think I've seen you here before. I would like the ability to listen to the opening song. It was beautiful. How can I get a copy? Go on YouTube and Google Lucinda Drayton. I think Santosh will put it in the comments list. So just go to Lucinda Drayton or Bliss. And I think that song was called Road of Gold by Bliss. You've got good taste, Deborah. She's incredible. She's one of our close friends of the Brahma Kumaris. Elizabeth Parker, you love the spiritual vaccine. It's pure, it fuels my spirit, my intention. So let's hold someone's intention. You ready to hold intentions? Since we're coming to a close and it's all about good karma. You want us to hold some intentions? All right, ready? Take a deep breath. For Elizabeth Parker, may this intention for her come true. It's to own and operate a successful healing and well-being business. And the purpose is to help healing now. So everybody, let's hold Elizabeth's intention. Her intention is to own and operate a successful healing and well-being business. The purpose is to help healing now. Good. So every day, Elizabeth, serve that energy. So Dhiraj, welcome. Dhiraj Modawell. Dhiraj's intention is to live a life of significance and make a difference in my life and in the life of others. All right, everyone, let's hold this intention, see it coming true. Beautiful intention to live a life of significance and make a difference in my life and in the life of others. So Dhiraj, may it be so, may it be so, may it be so. All right. So feel those intentions, bring them to fruition. Don't let anything or anyone sway you from that. This is your reality. Mary, hi Blessed Mary, Om Shanti. How is Blessed Mary doing today? Nice to have you. Okay, ready, everyone? Let's hold Mary Lysiaga's intention. Deep breath. Her intention is to live in abundant love and peace. To live in abundant love and peace. Beautiful, beautiful intention. Sudha, I'm trying to reduce hurt. Try to put wall of Baba's energy in front of me and try not to do any new karma. Yeah, not even necessarily a wall. How about a light? Put Baba's light in front of the thought and be patient. The hurt takes time. I'm still carrying certain hurts of the past. Not that I want to, but I think it's so deep that situations come to signal it to you. It's still there, but it's not as intense as it was before. So little by little, it'll keep going. It'll keep going. Little by little, you work on it. But especially when it comes up, that's when you address it. Just don't ignore it. Go in and go, what do I need to do? How do I process this? What is this showing me? Did I play a part in receiving this love? Was I a part of this problem that made me go through it? And again, the quicker you're accountable, the quicker the soul can move on. Okay? Oh, so Mary, your 32-year-old daughter will have something to do with you. She will. She will come. She will connect. Send her a message tonight. Send her the song. Send her a song. Send her a thought. I'm just sending you love and good wishes. If I've made any mistakes, please forgive me. And just release it, Mary. Just release it there. Just release it. Is having a son with schizophrenia my karma? Well, one is he comes with his blueprint, so he has to settle his karma. And when it's a mental need, it means the soul has to keep practicing more positive thoughts, pure feelings, good wishes. They have to get in a routine of practicing to use their thoughts in this way. That's one. And when you receive a son with that energy, haven't you noticed that you have had to find strength within you that you didn't know you had? So it's not just about the situation of the point focus of the karma. Oh, this is happening, my daughter doesn't talk to me, my son is this. But what are you learning? And what are some of the strengths that you have identified so far? So in one weird way, sometimes they come as a blessing in disguise. Because we're all on our individual journey. And we're all going to have to figure out why we're here. What is the part we're here to play? Whether it's with a schizophrenic son, a daughter that doesn't talk to me, a husband that loves me, a mother that doesn't. You're going to keep going in. And you connect to Baba. And you talk to Baba from your heart and ask him, what do you want me to see that I'm not seeing? And just wait. And Baba will give you an answer. You'll see it. All right. So, you're welcome, Mary. Yes. So Shivmu, your intention is to be the best mother to your children, and so it is. Everybody, let's hold up Shivmu and send her these loving vibrations. And let's hold up Mary and tell her it's all good. See her daughter talking to her. See her son somehow being able to have better days. And see Mary settled in accepting she did the best she could. Take a deep breath for Mary. Release. Okay. So Prashanti Sankara wants to know how to pray for my brother's emotional health and good relationships with parents to be good. Just that. Try not to pray or want him to have a relationship mentally well for himself or for his parents with attachment. Because when there's an attachment that I really want this to happen, it takes longer, trust me, from experience. Just ever so often when he emerges in your mind, just visualize, don't want it, but visualize seeing him and the parents getting along fine. And then detach and move on. Don't wait for anything in return. Okay? Sohila Farshji. All right. Intention for love, abundance, and inner peace. Yes. Hi, Erica Marie. Did you receive your meditation light? I sure hope so. You did? Okay, great. So sorry it took 10 years to get to you, but you know we're meditators. We're a little bit slow. All right, everyone. We're going to have to tune out now and say goodnight. Thank you so much for joining us.
AM also has a comment.
Oh, AM? Okay, hold on. Let me go over here. Everyone enjoyed the show tonight? Want to give me some thumbs up? Was it nice today? Rachel Prince, warm welcome. Intention to be in gratitude and in service. So ready? Let your heart be less heavy, Rachel, and live in the intention of being grateful and knowing that your stage of gratefulness is of service. Is my brother John McLean on? Give me a thumbs up, John. Are you there? So glad to have John from Unity of Nashville, of Tennessee. One of the kindest, most gentlest pastors you'll meet. If you're ever in Nashville, and when the church opens up, do go and visit. And in the morning time, he has a Facebook Live program that comes on. So please go and see him. It's just a very, very gentle spirit. Very, very gentle spirit. All right. It's nice to just relax in the evening together, huh? Okay. Rhonda Lonaka Enea. Dear sister, what happened on a Zoom call for university? It jarred many deeply. Souls who are devoid of love, detached from their higher self, we can only love. Perhaps an opportunity to see through the ugly manifestation of hate expressed. I agree. I agree, Rhonda. It's what it is. It's kind of sad, but it's what it is. Aimless. I would love to get those youths and put them in some positive vibrations. Put them across my lap and get them ready, you know? All right then, so have a lovely evening. There's a special program by the Brahma Kumaris tomorrow on the Brahma Kumaris UK. So if you go to the Brahma Kumaris UK channel, they have a special program called 8 Stories a love affair between the soul and God by 8 of our BK yogis from around the world. So it comes on at 11 o'clock EST tomorrow.
The
So
program is called 8 Postures of the Heart.
8 postures of the heart. So if you'd like to participate in watching that, do enjoy it. We'll show you a little promo video, and I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for your love and your kindness and your authenticity. And may all of your intentions come true. And tomorrow we will dedicate more of our collective energy towards the intention for others too. All right. Lots of good wishes. Have a lovely evening. And Om Shanti.
This Sunday, June 28th, we want to tell you a story, but it's not an ordinary story. This is actually the greatest love story of all time, between the soul and God. 8 postures of the heart. 8 stories, 8 artists. Intriguing? Make sure you see all the details for the programming in your local area.